and this will be his 8th kick. Kernahan can kick the ball over long distances. A very accurate shot for goal under normal circumstances, but this one just glides off on him, and a minor score only. 6-11 then, Glenelg, trailing Woodville 8-5, 12 minutes gone.
That breeze down on the oval tonight is a little bit stronger, David, than what we'd perhaps give it credit for up here. It's blowing almost a gale down there in the oval.
Parker on the half-back flank. He's deciding to come around the grandstand side, and that's the attacking side. Up over the top, a magnificent mark taken by Chris McDermott. In fact, it's not Chris McDermott at all. It's young James West, a player that I've been giving big raps to, and he deserves them too, as he kicks it on this occasion, doesn't do it well, and it falls into the arms of Mike Fuller. Mike Fuller making a return to the Woodville side. Down ground goes his kick. Here's the chance for Seabomb. He has it. He's got support and does it very well as Dennis Russell. Round the outer side of the oval goes Russell, looking across for Tony Hall. Hall has the ball bouncing well for him. He's got possession. Does it cleverly to David Kernahan. Down towards the left half-forward flank goes Kernahan, and there's a good mark and a strong mark taken in defence by Woodville's Scott Blacksell.
And I know that the Woodville hierarchy are absolutely wrapped in this young man, Scott Blacksell. He played mainly at full-back for them last year. He's been asked to play at centre-half-back this year, and by golly, the form that he shows tonight is a true indication of what things to come, and he's going to be a great player for the Warriors. This is a tremendous build-up by the Warriors. Finally, it's Fuller that gets it out wide to Jolly. McDonald it is, Trevor McDonald, and he boots Woodville's 9th goal, and the Warriors skip clear now by 12 points.
Life's richness is well-being, complete soul happiness, and pure inspiration. Come with us as Telmac creates a musical stream of dreams. 24 inspirational arrangements orchestrated by Sven Liebeck. Pure inspiration, the complete collection for that complete feeling on record or cassette for only $9.99 from Telmac Teleproducts.
Live, Woodville 9-5, Glenelg 6 goals 11, and it's on the left half forward flank with Woodville going forward.
Ian Malcolm Blight's been taken off. Randall Jolly has taken his place down in the forward pocket.
Parker is still there, as is Kerry, of course, as the ball is being worked forward. Protection there by young Ian Jones, and the umpire has picked out the free kick, and it'll go the way of Dennis Russell. Jones put the elbow up a little high. Russell towards the half-back flank. Kernahan breaks clear. He's a champion, this fella. He's just taken up from where he left off in 84. He's absolutely class. Right over him. Down towards the centre half forward goes his kick. Off hands. Woodville have got the chance. Watt, very busy little player, this fella. Gets on very quickly. Gets it over to his teammate and John Martin. Right down towards the square it goes. Or excellent play by Duthie. Salisbury, superb understanding between the full-back and the back pocket player. Out towards the half-back flank it goes, picked up here by Mike Wood, who's booted 2. Over towards Beecroft, couldn't take it, to the ground it goes. Fuller's across there as well, scrambling forward on his feet. Gets it across, here's the opportunity. Is there a goal? It's not going to make the distance. Has it gone the full yards? It hasn't. To the square it goes. The umpire's picked out a free kick. And your guess is as good as mine. We'll have to wait for the decision, and David Darcy will bring you that.
And certainly it's going Glenelg's way, and it looks as though it's going to Stephen Barrett. By golly, Woodville were very unlucky there. That kick not travelling just the 10 metres. The mark would have been paid. It would have been a certain goal, but umpire Mackey are judging that the ball hadn't travelled the required distance. Marshall. 37 is David Kernahan. Oh, and that's a good mark. Well taken by Randall Jolly. Sets the Warriors up. Not a good kick. Chance for Swars. He's taken the ground. Through comes Haylock. The handball intercepted. Seabohm it is, and he gets a push in the back, says umpire Mackey, and takes the free. The long handball is to the unattended Wayne Stringer. Stringer, the luxury of a bounce. Now sends it long towards full forward. Up was Walsh. McGuinness to ground. Tap back to Marshall. Marshall shoots in towards the goals. It's going close. In fact, it's doing very, very well. And it's gone through for a goal. The 7th of the Bays, and the Bays fight back now and trail by just 6 points.
There's more to retirement investment than a high interest rate. With National Australia Bank's income and benefits package, you also get a monthly income and a free cheque account, a range of travel concessions, help with financial advice, and a whole lot more. Because the income and benefits package makes you a very special customer. Just ask your National Australia Bank manager about the income and benefits package. High interest and a whole lot more.
59-53. Woodville with 6 points in front. But for the moment, it's Glenelg that are coming through a very sure area of attack. And that area is Tony Simons. Best man on the ground in the first half. And here's another player that would be rivaling him for that position. Stephen Kernahan forwards the ball, looking for his teammate in Walsh. Couldn't find him. Hand pass across. Marshall, who's kicked the last goal. It won't come back. In fact, it does not come back at all, and it goes out of play on the full. So Woodville, at the 18-minute mark of the Escort Cup in the third quarter, are leading 59-53.
Ian, he had plenty of time to steady then. He was well shepherded by Tony Hall in the forward pocket, but unfortunately he rushed his kick.
Carey from behind, chance for McGuinness. 8 is Tony McGuinness, former Magarey medalist, in trouble. Swars does it well. Tackled without the ball was Wood. Now McDermott. Wild handball in the direction of Swars. Picked up by Gibbs for the Bays. Gibbs kick into the forward pocket, and Tony Hall. Well judged, Tony Hall, in sandwiched in between two Woodville defenders. And he's the one that's come out with the ball. Now, Glenelg trail by just 6 points. There's an interchange being made as Hall shoots for goal. And it's good. So the scores are tied away here at Football Park. Glenelg now 8-11-59. Woodville 9-5-59 when 19 minutes into the quarter.
When you're shopping for electronic typewriters, it seems the entire secretarial staff is breathing down your neck. Can you risk not seeing Xerox memory writers? A brilliantly simple range, from document length memory to unlimited memory. Memory Writer lets you correct before printing for letter-perfect letters every time. Memory Writer is America's top seller. The simple choice? Call Rank Xerox or discover secretaries have long memories.
They're locked, of course, the scores, but it could be different now as Beecroft on a long lead takes a good mark. And this is the second occasion that Bob Beecroft has slipped away from Chris Duthie. Chris Duthie has really played very well in the fullback position. Beecroft, out of the Woodville score of 9 goals, 5 has kicked 1. He should make it 2 here as he's virtually in front. The angle is okay, and so is the kick. And that's Beecroft's second and Woodville's 10th.
During the break, John Pym came on and Graham Watt came off for Woodville. There in the foreground is, in the background is Bob Beecroft. 6'3" and 4, a very strong boy. Kicked truly for that goal, and he's put them some 6 points up.
Bob Beecroft had a wonderful season also in 1984. He's played 60 games for the Warriors, and last year he kicked 70 goals in just 14 games at an average of 5 goals per game.
As it's again Woodville trying to work the ball out of the centre. McDermott, a very busy and enthusiastic footballer. The umpire will bounce. Carey's underneath it. Not an effective tap away. Fuller across, couldn't gain possession of the ball. Out the way of Simons, and Simons uses his body very well. Very quickly got the hand pass to Stringer. In turn towards Marshall, well held, but held a little too vigorously was Lindsay Heaven, and Marshall will take the free kick. Marshall has kicked the goal in the game. He's on the right half forward flank. We've been operating for 21 minutes. There is time on in this, the third quarter, in the Escort Cup. On the right half forward flank it goes. The kick away by Scott Blaxall of Woodville. Free kick. And the kick will be taken by Woodville.
David guessed it is just short of the centre. He'll put Woodville into attack. That's a good kick. Looking for Toomey. Salisbury flies high. John Martin. Now Fuller. Chance for the Warriors here as a long handball comes the way of John Pym. John Pym just on the ground. Snaps in towards goal. He's offline, but has Beecroft taken the mark? juggled it on 2 or 3 occasions, but finally the ball just slipped out of his hand and out of play.
Garton warming up on the boundary line. He could well take his place in a moment, but back live here with the game in the action. Peter Carey being held without possession of the ball, and Peter Carey, captain of Glenelg, he'll get the opportunity to take his kick again. A 15-metre penalty has been paid in favour of the big fella, and Peter Carey has also booted a goal. The only player in Glenelg to go into double figures is Gavin Walsh. He's kicked 2-2. Of course, for Woodville, Mike Wood has booted 2 and Bob Beecroft's booted 2. The rest have kicked singles. The Escort Cup, the first 2 quarters, there's no time on. Third and fourth, of course, there is time on. Gibbs is on the ground, wasn't on in the first half. Kicked the ball over long distances up towards Kernahan, couldn't find that player. David and Stephen Kernahan. Stephen Kernahan, number 4. He comes into your picture now, and of course David Kernahan, who is also there in the background, is wearing number 37.
18 for the Warriors as guest, and Kernahan looks as though he got one again high. Stephen Kernahan, we saw earlier in this quarter, was put to the ground, and now he's copped another one in that ruck infringement there with David Guest. But he's okay, he's kicked it forward. Chance at the back for Randall Jolly.
Carey's coming off the ground, Ian, and Adam Garvin's coming on, replacing him.
Now the ball finally over to Ian Jones for the Warriors. Salisbury went before acceptances. It must be a free kick, and the free kick will go the way of the Warriors' John Martin. He's at half-forward right. Centres the ball. Looking for Beecroft again. Can't complete the mark. Chance on the ground for Trevor McDonald. Gets out of it beautifully. Needs support. Has it now. Fuller. Fuller's left foot kick is in towards the forward pocket. Randall Wright has the front position. Can't control it. And there's the siren for 3/4 time. So at 3/4 time in the first match of the 1985 Escort Cup, it's Woodville 10 goals 5, 65, leading Glenelg 8 goals 11, 59 by 6 points. We'll take a break now and be back with more action in the 1985 Escort Cup.
Welcome back to Football Park with a score here at 3/4 time. A very entertaining game of football. Woodville 10 goals 5, 65, leading Glenelg 8 goals 11, 59. And Rick Davies, a great performance by the Warriors.
Yes, I think that looking at the Glenelg side, I was expecting them to jump away and win by 4 or 5, but Woodville, to their credit, Big Beecroft grabbed a couple and has played well. Only had a couple of kicks though, KG, but he's kicked a couple of goals. And although there is a real hurricane of a wind out there, we're sitting up in the stand, we can't really see it down there, but I think there's a 5 or 6 goal wind.
Well, Jumbo, taking that into consideration, the Tigers coming home with the breeze, do we expect the Tigers to win?
Yes, I expect them to win by about 4 or 5 goals, KG. I really do, because the flags across on the outer side of the ground are really blowing very, very hard, and I think that the Bays have done enough. They just show a little bit of class, but to Woodville's credit, they've played an absolute great 3 quarters, and I just hope they can run it out now.
Well, Rick, I've been most impressed with a couple of their newcomers, particularly young Watt. He's played well. He's the young follower from in Hamilton.
Certainly has, KG, but he's just sort of let himself down with a little bit of holding the ball just a fraction too long, and if Malcolm Blight knows that he's a goer, that he can work on these skills, and I think that they've got a couple of players there. That young Williams, I know he's played before.
Ex-play player.
He's ripped through the centre a couple of times, and he's done a lot of good defensive work.
What about John Martin? Have you seen his game for Woodville?
Well, he's lean, and he's got the size, and he's got the skill. So he's a player that, you know, I think that Malcolm Blight can look forward to being a regular league player, and this is what he's got to look at.
What a magnificent player, Rick. I know we've seen this before, but what a magnificent player Stephen Kernahan is. He controlled that game in that 3rd quarter. It was beautiful marking.
Yes, well, every time he goes near the ball, he either gets it or he does something with it. And he copped a couple of nasty ones across the face there.
He did,
and I think, KG, that other sides are going to look just how that they can control him. Now, if it's going to be a bit of a smack across the eye, they have to try it, because let's face it, every time he goes near the ball, something happens.
What about the boy at centre half forward for Neil West? Have you ever seen his performance?
Well, I've seen him take a couple of big marks, and here it is coming up on the replay, up over the top. Anybody that can do that has got to have a touch of class about him, and he's come up through the reserves and the junior grades. He's got the size, and he's got a beautiful kick.
Well, Rick, can you see Jimmy West holding down centre half forward?
No, I can't, because I don't think you can
Well, who would you play there?
Well, I think Stephen Kernahan is the best centre-half forward in Australia. Now, that's a big rap for the lad, but I honestly believe that he is the best. If they can get this guy from Darwin down,
right,
Peter Carey and the big guy to help out Peter Carey, I think that they're pretty hard to beat.
Well, Jimmy West impressed me at centre-half forward. He hasn't. Also, looking at Woodville, Blacksell's impressed me. Played particularly well.
Well, he's had a couple of games now underneath his belt, KG. He played last year, so it's about time that, you know, a guy like him should be starting to show something now.
OK, well, there's the score at three-quarter time. Woodville 10 goals 5, Glenelg 8 goals 11, a margin of 6 points there. There you see the goal kickers for both sides, the respective sides. Haylock has kicked 1, Wood 2, Watt, Martin, Blight, Beecroft 2, and McDonald and Parker 1 each. And the goal kickers for Glenelg, McDermott, West, Walsh has kicked 2, 1 each to Simons, Carey, Marshall and Hall. The score 8 goals 11 the Tigers, trailing Woodville 10 goals 5, as we take you back to our commentators.
Thank you, Ken. Play just about to get underway here for the start of the final quarter. Just 6 points separating the two sides, and for the first time tonight, the lights taking over from the natural light and shadows starting to appear on the ground. So, I mean, all expectant of a very good final quarter. As play about to begin, your commentator now is Ian Aitken.
And it's Woodville who attempting to take the ball out of the ground. Of course, it's Glenelg, who Rick Davies tipped will win this game by 5 or 6 goals. I would be inclined to agree with him, because Glenelg are going with the use of a very strong breeze. They're kicking towards the northern end of the ground here at Football Park, and that's the end that the wind is favouring. But it's Lindsay Heaven taking the ball away for Woodville out towards a half-back flank. Goes his kick grandstand side, trying to gain it and being given plenty of time is Trevor McDonald. Umpire has picked out a free kick, and it will go the way of David Kernahan. David Kernahan just in front of the interchange bench. He's played quite serviceably tonight as Kernahan kicks the ball forward, looking for Walsh. Umpire has awarded the free kick to Gavin Walsh. He's booted 2-2, so that's quite a good performance by the normal defender, who is now playing at full forward. Not a particularly tall boy. He's quite strongly built, good strong hands, and he's about 35 metres out from goals. Quite an acute angle, as the Channel 9 cameras have captured that. He kicks the ball right towards the square. Carey got it, plays on, or did he not, or did he? The umpire says that he didn't. He has taken the mark, and the big fella is going to be pushed around on a very, very acute angle. He's booted 1 so far in the game, out of a total of 8 goals. So big Peter Carey, cool as you like, gets the kick on its way, and the master of football and the master of Glenelg puts it 2.
So with that goal by Peter Carey, the scores are now tied away again. Woodville 10-5, Glenelg 9-11.
It's Woodville taking the ball forward through McDonald. He's got support, and that's Schwarz. Does it very well to Schwarz. A long penetrating kick, doesn't give indication that the breeze is all that strong. To the ground it goes. Mike Wood is there, is kicked 2. John Martin couldn't gain possession of the ball. An opportunity for the Tigers through Hewitt. Hewitt towards Marshall, over the top. McDermott came in and spoiled. Garton's got it, loses it, or gave it over to Stringer. In turn to McDermott. Good passage of play here by Glenelg, as Marshall takes the ball in towards the full forward position for Carey. Over the top was Walsh. The umpire's on the mark, and the free kick will go the way of Woodville. Ironical cheers.
Michael Fuller it is who gives it to Heaven. Heaven directs play towards the outer side. Oh, pushing the back. Ron Fuller will receive the free kick. So the score's tied away at 65 points each. 10-5 the Warriors, Glenelg 9-11. We've been playing just 3 minutes of this final quarter, remembering, of course, that we play 21 minutes plus time on in this final stanza. Beecroft, can the big fella do it on the ground? Needs help here. Finally shovels it out in the direction of Martin. Wayne Stringer there for the Bays. In trouble is John Pym. Through goes Kernahan. Play a little untidy at the moment, and this forces umpire Weston to bounce. So this first game of the Escort Cup has been an exciting one. Some felt that Glenelg would win this game easily. Obviously, after their performances last year, one would expect that. But Woodville as they showed on a number of occasions last year, full of spirit and fighting ability. Perhaps not having the name players that Glenelg possess, but making up for that with a willingness to run and compete. Here's the base. This is a good build-up. Stringer gets it to Carey. Back it comes to Kernahan. Kernahan from 35 metres is offline. A point only to Stephen Kernahan. That's enough to put the bays in front. But one would have expected, David, that Kernahan would have goaled. It's not David. In fact, it's Rick Davies.
Yes, well, David, he received a couple of blows across the face. Perhaps his eyesight is a little bit down at the moment.
Ball's back into play, and the umpire's picked out a free kick. Woodville, who are battling at the moment to stop with the Tigers. Nearly 5 minutes have gone in the last quarter. They trail by a behind, as it's Alan Stringer. Wayne Stringer, should I say. Alan's his brother, number 1. Towards the centre-half forward gets that kick. Trevor McDonald bouncing away for Woodville. Down towards the half-forward flank goes his kick. Going back and trying to gain possession of it is Dennis Russell. He was run over the top of is Dennis Russell. He's got the free kick. He dishes out the hand pass to Salisbury. Good player, Salisbury. Kicks down towards the centre wing. Over the top of the pack, Lindsay Heaven in there, number 7. 200-plus player for Woodville, and they haven't got too many of those. Beecroft is another. Blight, of course. Max Parker. And that's 4 of them. The rest of them are all up around about the 40s, 50s and 60s. Garton there gets the palm down, a clever one too to Marshall. Marshall down towards the centre full forward position. The ball runs and runs quickly towards the boundary line, out of play.
So 1 point the difference. 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes gone in this last quarter. Woodville 10-5, Glenelg 9-12. The Bays by a point. And this promises to be a very exciting finish. Caught with the ball was Walsh. No free kick paid. Now umpire Mackey calls for a bounce. Tony Simons was, to three-quarter time, the main kick getter for Glenelg. He had 13 kicks, in fact had 17 possessions. Number 21 there for Glenelg on the ground is Rodney Campbell. There's a shot for goal, and it is through. And now the Bays get clear by 7 points as Peter Carey gets the congratulations of his teammates. Well done, Peter Carey.
The kick on this occasion is offline and through for 1 behind.
A bad miss that, Rick.
Yes, well, the ball came out of the centre quickly by young whoever it was. He came out of the centre quickly, and the big fella Beecroft, using his experience there at full forward, edged out his opponent to take an easy mark, but unfortunately missed.
The brains trust of Woodville. Malcolm Blight not happy with that performance by Beecroft, but coach Graham Corns would be well pleased with the performance of Stephen Kernahan tonight. His kick is a long one towards half forward. Oh, met heavily there was Gary Williams. Chance for the Warriors now to run the ball out of defence. It lands with Williams. He's up on his feet and he's okay. The kick wide and a good mark taken by Chris Toomey. Toomey, who played for the Safa State team last year, thumps it in towards full forward. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. And he's found Ron Fuller, the elusive half-forward flanker, who incidentally also came to the Warriors from the Safa Football Club, Flinders Park. He's played 69 games with the Warriors, and he now has a golden opportunity to level the scores up once more. He has. It's a goal, and a great game on our hands here at Football Park as the Warriors fight back. They're 11 goals, 6, 72, tied away with Glenelg, 10-12, 72, Rick Davies.
Well, the Warriors just won't lay down. The Bays, I thought, would shoot right away, but to their credit, and I think Malcolm Blight has every reason to be pleased, he now, as around the corner comes
Toomey, it was, that kicked the ball right in towards the square, and Fuller got into good position to take the mark.
So that goal levels the scores once more. We're back in the centre. Chance for the Bays. Pressure being applied all over the place. It's very hard to get a kick in there at the moment. Umpire Mark Mackey shouting instructions. He's picked an infringement, and the free kick is to the Warriors. They're into attack once more. Randall Wright has the front position. Good judge mark. Randall Wright, of course, who came to the Woodville from West Adelaide, had a fine year in '84. And he started also pretty well in 1985. So, 10 minutes gone. Scores are level. And Ian, great excitement here in the start of the 1985 Escort Cup.
And Woodville are doing it the better at the moment because they're kicking into that wind. Calmed down by Garton. In fact, Woodville looked very, very slick. But it's Hewitt. Hewitt has possession for Glenelg. Forwards the ball. Stringer coming late and from behind. Charges after it. Got net around the head and will get a free kick. Umpire. Good umpiring performance this evening. Stringer, a long kick down towards a half-forward flank, up over the top. Marshall couldn't take it. The opportunity for McDonald of Woodville, number 17, on the ground, battling for possession. Marshall coming clear, but the umpire will bounce on the left half-forward flank. So at three-quarter time, the scores were Woodville 10-5 to Glenelg 8-11, and at the moment it's Woodville 11-6 to Glenelg 10-12, and the scores are locked.
Free kick paid by umpire Mark Mackey. Very high tackle. And it's going to be Randall Jolly to take the ball. He kicks it towards the centre of the ground, looking for Martin. Fuller's there, misses it. Through goes Pym. Gives it to Fuller now. Fuller's hurry kick is towards half forward. Michael Wood has the run of the ball. He's going to get past Russell. Shrugs the tackle. Flanked by Wright. Here's a chance for the Warriors as Wright bangs it in towards goal. It's swinging back and by golly, it's a goal! Oh, what a great goal! A timely goal for the Warriors as they're kicking into the breeze. And now they're 6 points in front. Warriors 13-6, Glenelg 10-12.
Well,
so 12-6 the Warriors, 78 lead Glenelg 10-12, 72. 11 minutes into this exciting last quarter. You're now with Ian Aitken.
Left half forward flank, Hewitt. Picked up by Kernahan. Around the corner goes David Kernahan, kicking towards the square. Walsh up, Walsh down. McDonald of Woodville. Simons around the corner. No one there to support him. He does it very well. A lone hand performance. Well done, Tony Simons. Great performance. Kicks down towards the centre half forward. Off hands, Hewitt. Hewitt's got it. Forward, it's all Woodville. And it should be a Woodville mark, but two up and no one down. West is battling for possession, number 40, and his has been a good performance, but the umpire will bounce the ball.
Well, the bounce to take place just 20 metres away from the Glenelg goals. One is Max Parker, 22 Garton. McGuinness screws around the corner. Oh, that's a great shot from Tony McGuinness. And once more the scores are level as McGuinness fires for goal, kicks his first for the game. Glenelg 11-12, 78, locked away with Woodville 12-6.
Well, here comes the ball down. McGuinness grabs it on his natural left foot and slams a magnificent goal. Well, actually, the Woodville players, in my opinion, are fitter. They're running away from the Bay players, but they're just making a very, very valuable mistake. They're just at the wrong time.
A magnificent snap by McGuinness. He won a Magarey medal, of course. Back with the action, with Parker taking the free kick. He gets a 15-metre penalty in his favour. So the credit side it goes. Seabohm racing down, trying to gain possessions, not successful. Also there is John Pym, first to the ball, tackled very quickly, wasn't retarded. Haylock over there as well. Rodney Campbell. Woodville coming back very strongly. The scores are locked, 13 minutes into the last quarter. Pack of players up, nobody down. Umpire giving the players plenty of time to get it. Toomey's got it as well. He's the player that kicks it high in towards the centre half forward position. There's a strong mark, excellent mark, floating into the back, and did it well, did Randall Wright. He's kicked one, and that was a gutsy performance by Randall Wright. Recruited from West Adelaide, and he is only 30 metres out from goals, kicking straight into the breeze. The breeze is favouring the outer side of the oval and not the end that Woodville are going to. So this will be a good indication. Wright has got the distance all right. It's long enough, but I doubt if it's straight enough. It's on the wrong side and through for a minor score.
Well, Ian, that goal could have nearly sealed it for the Warriors. They should have made on the mistake there, round the corner. He was the only one going for the ball, up straight into the hands, and unfortunately he missed.
But I'll bring it back into play. McDonald taps it to ground. Chance for the Tigers. Kernahan. Stringer's on the run. One bounce. Steadies now. Bangs it in towards full forward. Looking for West. From behind, however, it's Michael Fuller doing good defensive work. And he fists the ball clear for the safety of the line. And the Warriors supporters breathe once again. So there's only 1 point in it. Woodville lead at the 15-minute mark of the final quarter. Glenelg, of course, going with the breeze at their back.
Right full forward pocket. Ball to the ground. Tony Hall in there. Taken by Walsh. Snap. Going to go awfully close to being out on the full. And it is out on the full. So the Warriors, Woodville Warriors, lead by a point. And we're into the 15-minute mark of this, the last quarter. As Rick Davies has told you, Woodville look fitter. They started last year in great strength, but just couldn't win matches. Let's see what they can do with it this year. Marshall's across there, number 16. He's not near the ball at the moment. That's Big Max Parker. And Big Max. Lionhearted performance again tonight. Marshall to Holst, who's on the ground, making his first appearance. And his first kick in the match is out of play on the full. So a big crowd starting to mount here at Football Park.
Yes, of course, and I'm not forgetting, Neil, that the Magpies are playing in that game, and playing Norwood, of course, and this crowd here to support Port Adelaide and Norwood, the grand finalists from last year, and the game really should be a thriller, just as this one here at the moment is.
Back into play, off hands, Holster's back there. Oh, dropping the ball. It's Wayne Stringer, but the umpires let it on, and Kernahan. Mr. Class, 15 metres, Kernahan will get, and that was a silly infringement, tackled from behind. So this has put Stephen Kernahan within goal-scoring distance. He's only booted 3 behind so far. He's had 15 kicks in the game, and he really has played well as Stephen Kernahan. Superb shot. Camera positioned behind the goals. The kick is on its way. You can see it better than I can, and it's straight through for another one.
Well, that's what the Glenelg centre-half forward champion's got to do when he marks. I know he was aided by a 15 metres penalty, but he aimed true and put the Bays right back in this game, and I think they'll shoot away. 5
points is the lead then by Glenelg, 12-12 to Woodville 12-7. We've been playing for 17 minutes of the final quarter, remembering of course that just 21 minutes played plus time on. At the bounce, fisted forward, chance again for the Tigers. Stringer takes it on a lead. Oh, beautiful pass, and a good mark taken by Gavin Walsh out in front of Michael Fuller on that occasion.
Well, Dave, you're not going to be able to stop that very easily. The pass came out beautifully from centre. Walsh on the lead, out in front of him, and he should convert.
Walsh now lines up for his 3rd goal, and that's true. 3 goals into Walsh, and Glenelg kick clear now. 12-7 Woodville, Glenelg 13-12.
Alan Stringer, beautiful movement out of the centre as we can see here. Beautiful pass out in front of Walsh, marks it up in front of his eyes, and goes back and makes no mistake.
Walsh, normally a defender, and now playing at full forward. Kick 3 goals too. Scoreboard tells the story, doesn't it? 90-79, and with 18 minutes gone in this last quarter, perhaps Glenelg may have just got enough to win this game. But Woodville are not stopping. McGuinness is there, couldn't gain possession of the ball cleanly. Number 40 is James West, who's kicked 1, and a very likely recruit. Number 37 is David Kernahan.
Kernahan looks much stronger and fitter this year. David Kernahan appears to have put on about a stone in weight. He'll be a great player for the Bays this year. Wayne Stringer was a great player for them last year, and he's continuing his good form. Simons needs it to sit for him. Well done by Scott Blacksall. Forces it out of the hands of Simons and pushes the ball out of play. So 11 points then the difference as Adam Garton prepares to come back onto the field. And the Glenelg coach Graham Corns in his first senior match as their coach, ringing the changes here in the last quarter. And in fact, Gavin Walsh coming off the ground, being assisted by a stretcher. I'm not too sure what happened to him. I didn't see anything, but obviously Walsh a little distressed, Ian.
Now, well, obviously, David, the instruction to the medical men is to remove the players on a stretcher. Now, Gavin Walsh obviously doesn't want to go on it, but he's told to go on the stretcher, and he's on the stretcher, and that's that. And he's leaving the ground.
I guess the other reason, Ian, is that he can be taken straight off the ground when he's on a stretcher and doesn't have to come back through the two white lines.
And that makes sense, doesn't it? Ball back into play anyway, and it goes straight out of play again.
So 12-7 Woodville, trailing Glenelg 13-12, 11 points the difference. And time running out now for the Warriors, just 2 minutes plus time on left in the game.
Back into play it goes. Blacksall gets out the hand pass to Williams. Williams from centre-half back. Kicks in towards the centre of the ground. Players up. The ground it goes. Here's the opportunity for John Martin. A long hand pass out. I like this player in Mike Wood. He's booted 2. He may well have booted 3. Or close. The umpire's in the position. Is he? Oh, he's sick and he's been hit. And he's a little hurt. And what's his decision? A goal! Well done. Top performance there by the goal umpire. He's right in the action on that occasion. He kept his composure. He's shaking his head. He's hurt. But umpires never die. Have a look at this again.
Ian, I was just wondering if an umpire gets hit, whether he gets taken off on a stretcher as well.
Well, there it is in replay. Now, keep your eye on this. The umpire's in perfect position. Now he's not in good condition because he was kicked under the chin by the boot of number 50, Chris Toomey.
Well, what a fight back by the Warriors. Trailing now by just 5 points. And that goal umpire with an attendant standing alongside of him seems to be okay as the Channel 9 helicopter hovers overhead. Goal umpire looks a little distressed, and there's that Channel 9 chopper and Mel Foreman sitting half in and half out of that chopper with his camera. But the action's in the middle of the ground and the Warriors have come back, and by golly, they've come back strongly. Here's Heaven in defence, getting the ball clear. He was pulled around the neck. And umpire Weston says that an infringement took place after the ball was delivered, so there'll be an FAD.
If Woodville get back in this game, David, they can thank Lindsay Heaven. He's been a stalwart back there tonight for them, very strong.
Trevor McDonald as it kicks it high towards centre wing on. There's a good mark taken by the ever-reliable Stephen Kernahan.
And this is the reason why Stephen Kernahan is a champion. He jumps up when he has to and he boots the ball down towards the centre-half forward position. But a strong mark taken in defence by Woodville's Williams. Out towards the half-back flank goes his kick, and taking the mark and slipping as well as Mike Fuller. 15-metre penalty. Mike Fuller plays on quickly. Looks across to teammate Schwartz. Kernahan again. Tackled quickly. McGuinness. Tackled late. Stringer high. Over it goes to McGuinness. Palms it on. He'll get support. Won't stand up for him. He'll get hit by Haylock. Well done, Haylock. Out of play on the out of play goes the ball. And Woodville, as David Darcy has told you, will not stop.
Gary Haylock made some 15 or 20 yards to take Tony McGuinness out of play there. That was real desperation.
Courage personified by the Warriors. Can they get back? Time running out for them. Almost 22 minutes gone. Back towards centre wing goes the ball. John Martin. Kearney. Oh, Martin, good mark. Plays on. Not a good handball. Puts his teammate in deep trouble. But fortunately, umpire Mackey sees an infringement. Here go the Warriors. The kick forward by Martin. Flying high was Chris Toomey. Chance for Salisbury. Salisbury in trouble. Drops the ball. Holding the ball. The decision. In fact, it wasn't not Salisbury at all. It was Chris Toomey.
On the right half forward flank is Woodville, David Guest. 23 minutes have gone. 5 points the difference as Guest kicks the ball up towards the square. Big pack of players at the mark, and it's gone to Toomey. Toomey. And he is 35 metres out from goals. A straight kick here. If it's long enough, Woodville will be in front by a point. And I can assure you the goal umpire is getting in the perfect position, but he's getting away from the players.
Well, what a great opportunity for young Chris Toomey. His first game for the Warriors, 30 metres out, 23 minutes into the quarter, and he's put them in front by a point. Oh, what a remarkable turnaround.
Well, David Darcy, the Woodville supporters here have gone absolutely wild. You can see the bench there. They're all very, very excited, and wouldn't it be a great thrill for Chris Toomey in his first game to have put them back in this position.
Here it is again in replay. Fingers pointed to the ball, clutching it, and it's in the hands. Deliberate shot, but this is leading up to that mark, a superb mark. He was in the right position at the right time and straight through.
1 point then the difference as the Warriors go ahead, 14-7 to 13-12. Time just just about running out now, and who would have thought that they could have got back into this position? They trailed by 11 points just 5 minutes ago, and now they find themselves 1 point in front.
Could be a draw because the breeze is in favour of Glenelg. They haven't used it all that well, but they're a point down.
The handball. Can the Warriors go forward? Throwing himself on it was Stephen Jacquia, held by Peter Carey, and the free kick's going Woodville's way. And Jacquia determined, gritting his teeth, and that really has personified what Woodville have done in this last quarter.
Glenelg beaten in Darwin and staring defeat in the face tonight. Just about 25 minutes have gone in this quarter. There is time on. There's a mark on the left half forward flank, and it's Big Max. Big Max Parker. Well, they've taken Blight off the ground, and there he is. They've also got Beecroft off the ground. A wry smile from Blight as Parker kicks down towards the square. No one can take it. The ball's to the ground. Players going in, and the umpire is there in position, and he'll bounce the ball only 30 metres out from the Glenelg goal line, from the Woodville goal line.
25 minutes and 30 seconds gone. The siren must be awfully close now as Russell gets a hurried kick out of defence. Finally, it's Peter Swartz for the Warriors pushing the ball out of play.
I think Woodville's best tactic at the moment would be to keep that ball out in that pocket and waste as much time as they possibly can.
Rick Davies told you that they were a fitter side, and he's proved it. And there's the victory. It's a Woodville victory, 14 goals 7, Woodville 91, Glenelg 13 goals 12, 90, a point the difference.
What a magnificent start this has been to the 1985 Escort Cup, and you saw Malcolm Blight on your screen just a few moments ago. There he is again, and he must indeed be a very